yonder.
You better go get it.
I just love you already.
That's a long.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be diving into today's reaction. So stick around to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this YouTube channel. Do well to join our membership platform to support the channel and also get behind the scene and other privileges. See you on the video. Let's go.
My Jiminy Cricket goodness. Thank y'all for dropping by under the barn. Guess what? We are making up some old-fashioned classic buttery flaky biscuits. Wow. Hey, they so easy. They ain't even got to rise. None at all. You just slip them in the oven. But don't think that's all. We're going to top them off with some homemade white gravy and some sausage all mixed in there. Whoa. Lather it right over the top. Come on, I'll save you a bit.
Gravy looks like a fura.
Yeah, fura nunu.
It looks like that. It looks milky. Fura is like a milky stuff.
It's kind of like cow milk. Cow milk with, I don't know what's the other ingredient inside.
So that gravy actually look like that. And this is the first time we are trying or checking out
old-fashioned biscuits and gravy. Yeah. And please, what is gravy? I understand biscuit.
Gravy is like a sauce, a side sauce.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Any sauce you can use in eating any delicacy.
But do you guys notice something, right? What he called biscuit is not a biscuit we know.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like a bread, like a short cake.
I think as we are calling cookies biscuits.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Oh. I guess we are the third world country.
Biscuit, and I'll meet you in camp.
Cast iron gravy.
I want the grill.
We'll definitely
Hey,
do
welcome
that
to
this
another episode of Cowboy Cooking. And what are we talking about today? Homemade buttery biscuits. But folks, be sure you stick around to the end of this because we have got some great news. We're going to give you a little preview of what? Our brand new cookbook. We got some advanced copies and I want y'all to see it. So be sure and stick around. But also, if you're a new viewer, hey, don't get left out in the cold because it's pretty cold today. Be sure you hit that subscribe button because we don't want you to miss out on any of these great episodes. Pardon me, folks, but I'm going to have to put this apron on. I am a little cold, but hey, I'd like to thank the good folks at Area. They have supplied us with some fine stuff, and I do love this vest. Shannon will have you a link there. Yeah. You can go to the right page, and it'll show you all.
Exactly.
This Texas accent.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so pleasing to the ears.
You should already say it by the cowboy hat.
Yeah, the cowboy.
Oh,
and
I just want to keep listening to you.
Of my favorites, everything that I'm wearing and what I like. And this is sort of like saran wrap, putting an apron on in the wind. Y'all pardon me, but it is a little cold out here, it is. Before we start making these biscuits, I want you to know, use good flour, folks. I mean, it is a staple. You have to have it. And I've got to where I really love me some King Arthur flour. You can find it in a lot of stores, but we're going to start with 3 cups of all-purpose flour if we can get it in there for the wind blowing. That is a typical measure, so we'll make that 2. And we're going to try to get on the money here and have 3. So there is 3 cups of flour. Now we're going to take the sugar, which is in the car, which is not here. The car is over yonder.
You better go get it.
I just love you already.
That's a long commute to the store, wasn't it? Whoo! As Justin Wilson would say. Now we're going to take 3 tablespoons of sugar, a half a teaspoon of salt, heaping teaspoon of baking powder.
I'm sorry I'm just fussing so often, but I don't know how people cook with measurements.
Yes.
Like 1.5 cup of sugar. Most times, I remember learning how to make chin chin in Nigeria snack. They say 1.5 cup. Now I'll put my desired half.
I will say when I taste in my tongue, I'll know when enough is enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So I get that particular taste I'm kind of looking for.
you see, with this measurement, right, you get to, some people
It's
have
like a
this one.
recipe.
Yeah, people have
perfect
a
recipe.
perfect recipe. So, even when you come tomorrow, you still get that homely feeling.
The same taste.
The same taste, it does not
And
change.
the same quantity.
You understand? But when you do it, freestyling, you might do it today a little bit salty, tomorrow a little bit spicy. Changes occur.
No wonder my food always tastes different.
Do you know how to cook?
This is a magical elixir. What is it called? Cream of tartar, which is going to give you sort of like a double rise method. Because folks, we ain't having to let these rise. Remember I told you these was so easy. So this cream of tartar, do not leave it
Cream of
out.
tartar.
You got to have some of it.
like
Make
to
sure
do
you
that.
mix all them dry ingredients well. But the secret to these biscuits more than anything else What is it, Shan? Everybody's
Love.
favorite. Yes, love. But you in the third row by the fresh cow patty. Yeah. Oh, he moved. He is so
Oh, I guess
fast.
you're talking to me.
Yes, it is, folks. It is the creamiest, bestest thing you can put in there. Now, folks, it needs to be chilled. This can't be soft, and I don't want you to just crumb it up in there. I want you to just slice it in there. And we're going to use a stick and a half, which is about 3/4 of a cup. And when we go to mixing this, we are not just going to just tear this butter plumb up to where you can't find it. That's the secret to these good buttery flavored flaky biscuits, is to leave that butter in big enough pieces you can sort of see it, and it melts throughout that biscuit while it is cooking. And you need to get you one of them pie crumb cutter deals, and we got one somewhere. We just don't know where it's at. We got one. Oh, Culinary had it. I don't know what he's got there. But folks, if you ain't got one of these, and my mother taught me to make them too, with just a fork. But this is a whole lot easier. Just remember what I'm telling you. We ain't mashing that butter all away. I want to leave it in flaky pieces to where they melt in there, and that's what makes a biscuit good. Now, folks, you can see as we quit messing with that, this isn't like a pie crust consistency to where it's more cracker crumb. I want to be able to see them little bits of butter all mixed up in through there, because that's what's going to make things so delicious, folks. It is. Because I want to take one cackleberry. I sure do. Because I like to whip it just a tad, not much. I just want to see it separate there a little and get a little more on the liquefied stage, and that is there. We're going to use 1.25 cups of buttermilk. Now, say you're looking in your icebox just right now, you are, and you're thinking, I'm going to make this recipe, but I ain't got no buttermilk. Scientific knowledge.
Sorry, how do they make buttermilk?
No, milk is made
Butter.
the same method we make milk.
Is milk not made from cow?
Yes, no, butter is made from cow as well.
Oh, butter is made from cow?
I think the
Yeah.
residue of it.
Just
Yeah.
like
The fatty
Yeah, the
substance.
fatty substance. So that's what they, and cheese too. That
yeah,
is
just,
the
I was about to say that. That's like cheese.
Yeah, I know about cheese, but I didn't know that butter was actually made from.
Same way. Condensed milk. They really do it.
Wow.
Knowledge has proven the fact that if you hold your foot up like this, and you go over to the drawer and you find some lemon juice, you can make your own buttermilk. It is very simple.
Or vinegar.
Or vinegar, that is right. So, 1.25 cups of buttermilk. Let's go ahead and put our egg in there. And let's just sort of go to folding this over and over. Okay, you can see that is powerful wet. That is a good place to start. Because, folks, we don't want this to be so dry when we're starting here that we're trying to incorporate that liquid back into it. It don't work well. So, let me get a little flour on my hands. And we're going to add a little flour in there. And I just want you to go to mashing. You can see that is still wet enough to stick together, but it ain't sticking to my hands so much. So, let's discard that apparatus. And let's put some of that flour on here. At this point in time, we're going to knead it for just a little bit. So just keep rolling it over, mashing that butter all up in that dough, because we don't want to see nobody left out. And you can see that good yellow color that it's got in there from that egg and that butter. See how it sort of just jumps out there at you in the evening fading light. So when you get it to that point to where you've kneaded it for about, I'd say a minute, just get her rolled over here in about that shape right there. And voila, we have created a homemade biscuit nearly. With your hands, you can pat that out to where about I'd say a 1/2 inch thick, or you can take a rolling pin, whatever you want. Let's just get it to about that thickness. And folks, when you be looking in here right now, when Shan comes in here, see all that butter? This is what I'm talking about, making things, so good, so flaky, and I'm ready to eat me some biscuits. What about you, B?
I feel ready to.
But folks, guess what? Today we ain't got no biscuit cutter.
Why?
Because Kent run off and left it, that's why. But never let something like that fool you. In the pickup truck, there was a empty can of Clever Girl. Now be careful when you do this, but I want you just to cut that bottom out of it. And don't be thinking this was a really good knife to start with. This was something I also had in the pickup. So we're going to just cut this out of there. Now, you remember that leftover butter that we might have had? Let's just take that butter, because this was sort of warming over by the coals, and let's give it a good greasing. Take your biscuit cutter Pull them out of there.
Very hot. I think they are
There you go. Voila, we have a biscuit. So when you get to this point and you done cut them first biscuits out of there, bring this back together and just mash it up here to where we can start. I don't want you rolling it around there and going to kneading and all this stuff, because guess what? An overworked biscuit is a dry biscuit, and we don't want our biscuits to be overworked. Now this will usually make about, I'd say, 12 to 15 biscuits. That's what we're shooting for today.
Dookie.
You like a biscuit?
Eating dookies. Hey.
Do y'all need a little dough? Okay. Well, we got her fired up, we did. Now, I have a pretty tight layer of coals around a tall trivet, really heavy on top, because we can keep an eye on that. Cooking biscuits sometimes in a Dutch oven can be a little intimidating, especially in about a 20-mile-an-hour breeze, which we have today. So we may have to rake these coals back or add a little more to them. You can always add heat to it to cook it, but when it's burnt, you can't take that away.
Sorry.
So be sure.
I just noticed something right now. I thought the guy, he was camping.
There was a tent.
Yeah, but seeing fences.
It's within restricted area.
Yeah.
Oh,
It could be.
because it's not looking more like a home setting.
Does it? Free land.
Be sure you manage your fire well. Also, one thing I want to tell you too, been having a lot of questions. Keep that fire source going, because you can't just make them coals automatically. So make sure you have twice as many as you need. We'll rotate the lid one way in a minute, the bottom the other, to try to even out any hot spot if we have more coals on one side or the other.
This is homemade oven.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, hell. Hey, Shan. Thank you for coming on in here. If y'all didn't know, this was the shipping warehouse headquarters for what? Red River Ranch it is. And guess what? There's a lot of orders go out of here, and we're so glad that y'all are ordering them, because I need to make some room in here. I do. But guess what? It's a surprise. Have you seen it? Look here. Advanced copies of what? Faith, Family, and the Feast. I want y'all to look in here at these pictures. Look at this. Shan is a great photographer, and look at Old Glory waving there in the breeze as we pray for our little blessings to bless that meal. But guess who? Guess who made the next page? Look, it is the bee.
You know what I like about this is if you guys have seen our first cookbook, they changed the pages, and so they're glossier, and so the pictures, I think, stand out more. I don't know if you can tell from like
They jump out.
this.
Look at that. Out there on the Bale Ranch, and what does that say? My people will live in peaceful dwelling places, in secure homes, in undisturbed places of rest. Isaiah 32:18. Well, there's a lot of recipes, as y'all know, and a lot of great pictures and stories, but there's a lot of faith-based in scripture that Shan has matched up with some glorious pictures, because, hey, this is all due to God's creation anyway, and she does a great job taking pictures. Let's just turn the page. Whoa, looky
That
here.
looks yummy.
Green onion and scalloped potatoes. Shan got real brave. This time she did. And she went all out, and she went to the holy grail of all desserts, nanner pudding. And look at the way she's got that layered in it.
We photographed that on the front porch. It's actually just sitting on the concrete, and I put some burlap down.
And it is good.
And if I didn't know any
too.
better, I would
But
say
folks,
that was actually.
it's got so many great
AI-generated or
pictures in
something.
it, and we're so blessed to have it.
Yeah.
And we can't wait till March 17th when the book Faith, Family, and the Feast comes to your living room. It'll be a great day. It will. Thank y'all, and hey, keep ordering. I'll keep a packaging. Well, you see me take that heat off the top when I look down there. All them biscuits was even brown all the way around. So we got rid of that heat, replaced the lid back on there. You see me take my hand and get pretty close to them coals, and I could hold it a long time. Wasn't a whole lot of heat left in them little oak coals. So we added some more right across there just to get them all the way around, to get that extra added heat to crisp up that bottom just a little bit more. And remember, folks, that little fork right here, it will save your life. You can take it, reach over, pull them sidewalls back a little. You can see if there's any browning up the side. So always have a fork with you. Well, them old biscuits is done, sitting right there, staying warm by Christine. It is a done deal. But if you're going to have biscuits, what do we got? we got to have us some gravy. We're going to put some sausage in that today. You seen me cooking it, brown it up or crumble it up really good. Well, you know, folks, making gravy, I was never taught there was ever a recipe. It was just grease, it was flour, it was milk, cream, whatever you got, and you just make it till it's the right consistency. Gets too thick, thin it down with some milk or water again. But y'all are in luck today. We're going to flash you up a little recipe up there to where you can make gravy just like I do every time. I have put me some bacon grease in here because I saved it. We're going to let it get hot. I have some of that good King Arthur flour in here, and you can see as it starts to bubble along there with them sausage crumbs that might have been left in there, we're just going to go sifting a little flour in there. A really important tool you need to have at this time is a spatula that's got seeing eye holes through it. Because, folks, this is the best way to keep them lumps out of that gravy. But I like to let that roux cook a little, so we're going to add a little more flour. Make sure you stir it up again, and you can see the thickness now starting to take place a little as we run it back around through there. So we are getting close. When you get ready to add the milk, folks, have the stirring apparatus on hand. So I'm just going to pour a little in here at a time. Go to stirring as soon as it hits it, because I do not want no lumps, clumps, or abrasions to come back in this gravy.
Wow.
But you can see it is beginning to thicken right there on its own. So when you get into this point, hey, let's add a little more milk, because I want enough gravy to go around for all them biscuits. And we're going to introduce it to some more hog meat.
Hog meat.
Which is
What's the
half a
hog meat?
pound of good sausage.
Oh.
Dump her right in there. Give it a good stirring, and we can still thin it, folks, even though it's like this. So don't thinking you can't, because you can. So we're going to thin this a little more. Like I say, that pork has got some salt in it, so we probably won't have to salt any. If you want some black pepper in there, be sure and shake her on there, because it's what I'd call a done deal. Can you see all that goodness? I can. This is what I call a complete meal. Yeah, you got gravy, you got biscuits, and you got... This is such a simple pleasure that you can create. And these are old-timey, old-fashioned biscuits that have been so good. And the Big says, folks, y'all got time, because he has been an official biscuit checker for years. You can just smell that goodness of that. Can you try these for me?
The perfect audience.
Is it pretty good? So you're going to see it. Can you wait? No, you got to wait for it. Don't even think you can have it, because you're going to wait for it. Okay, good. I've cooked this on ranches so many times for breakfast, and hey, I love to have breakfast at lunch or at supper time. It don't make me no difference, but I am fixing to reap the benefits of what I have sowed here.
It's going in a good
That's the biscuits. And Lord, while you got them there, would you smooth some of that gravy over the top?
Honestly, this is the kind of feeling I get when I have good meal cooked by my wife.
You just get that old-timey flavor of that biscuit. But folks, when you can tie that all up with some good gravy, with that bacon grease, throw that sausage back in there, it's a happy meal. It didn't come in a sack, it come on a plate, and it is fine to have. As always, folks, we hope you enjoyed, because we sure did. And I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag flying above camp. God bless y'all. Now, folks, for the rest of you, book tours coming up. We're going to be at a lot of cities. It'll pop up there. You'll see it. We'd love to see you, each and every one there. But hey, have a special shout out this week. Y'all remember when we was looking for help to help Shan edit these videos so she didn't have to look at me quite as long as she wanted to? Well, we found him. Andy, we appreciate you, my friend. You have done such a great job by taking this up another level, and give him a shout out down there and one of them attaboy pat you on the backs if you would, because Andy is part of our family now, and we appreciate you, each and every one, watching these videos. We don't ever take it for granted that you do. And hey, be sure and share, like, and subscribe on every one of them, because we need your help. And guess what? I'll see you down the buttery biscuit, homemade gravy, and sausage tray. Does this apron over a vest make me look fresh? Where y'all headed? The biscuits is about ready.
That's a big one.
Where are you getting for?
And I gotta fix my fuzz button.
It's so fun to watch. You can easily watch all in videos.
Well, he's kind of like jovial,
Very
I
free-minded.
think this is the most enjoyable cooking video I've ever watched. Like,
Yeah.
I don't watch cooking content, but like I could watch through all this video.
Yeah.
I like this his whole humor in it.
You know, he takes his audience along. And there was one statement he made. He said, you know, you don't necessarily have to have all the equipment to
Yeah.
make what he did. You know, you don't just have to have that perfect machine,
You can
that
improvise.
perfect
He
cutter.
improvised a lot.
Mhm.
Always improvise. And it is improvisation that makes the perfect meal. Just like I made for my beautiful wife this morning. I just have to mention that. And they were able to have a little taste of it. They could testify.
I will tell you for a fact it was not nice.
You were a betrayer. You will never enjoy breakfast again. No, don't worry. No, I don't want you guys to see the skills.
Because it was not nice.
Seems like he's not proud of his.
No, it's not that. The thing here is this, right? We are veering off course. This is about gravy and
Mhm.
biscuits. So
But
I don't want to
actually,
bring mine
yeah,
to
saying the biscuits, right? It's far different from what we know
as
biscuits.
biscuits,
Over here,
technically.
we call that bread, actually.
Yes.
Some
Oh.
kind of bread.
Yeah.
You know.
And I really enjoyed every part of this video, and I hope to see more of it. And thank you for sticking around to this part. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this YouTube channel. Do well to join our membership to support the channel. And see you on our next video. For now, remain blessed and
Bye.
Peace.
We're going to introduce it to some more hog meat, which is a half a pound of good sausage. Dump it right in there. Give it a good stir it, and we can still thin it, folks. You don't know it's like this. So don't thinking you can't, because you can. So we're going to thin this a little more. Like I say, that pork has got some salt in it, so we probably won't have the salt in it. If you want some black pepper in there, be sure and shake her on there, because it's what I'd call a done deal. Can you see all that goodness? I can. This is what I call a complete meal. Yeah, you got gravy, you got biscuits, and you got meat. This is such a simple pleasure that you can create, and these are old-timey, old-fashioned biscuits that have been so good. And the bee says, folks, y'all got time, because He has been an official biscuit checker for years. You can just smell that goodness of that. Can you try these for me? Is it pretty good? So you're going to see it. Can you wait? No, you got to wait for it. Don't even think you can have it because you're going to wait for it. Okay, good boy. I've cooked this on ranches so many times for breakfast, and hey, I love to have breakfast at lunch or at supper time. Don't make me no difference, but I am fixing to reap the benefits of what I have sowed here. Praise the Lord. Pass the biscuits. And Lord, while you got them up, would you smooth some of that gravy over the top of mine? They're so good. I run to the table every day for some of that eating, folks. It's just that old-timey flavor of that biscuit. But folks, when you can tie that all up with some good gravy, with that bacon grease, throw that sausage back in there, it's a happy meal. It didn't come in a sack, it come on a plate, and it is fine dining. As always, folks, we hope you enjoyed, because we sure did. And I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag flying above camp. God bless y'all. Now, folks, for the rest of you, book tours coming up. We're going to be in a lot of cities. It'll pop up there. You'll see it. We'd love to see you, each and every one there. But hey, have a special shout out this week. Y'all remember when we was looking for help to help Shan edit these videos so she didn't have to look at me quite as long as she wanted me to? Well, we found it. Andy, we appreciate you, my friend. You have done such a great job of taking this up another level. And give him a shout out down there and one of them attaboy pat you on the back, if you would, because Andy is part of our family now. And we appreciate you, each and every one, watching these videos. We don't ever take it for granted that you do. And hey, be sure and share, like, and subscribe on every one of them, because we need your help. And guess what? I'll send you down the buttery biscuit with homemade gravy and sausage tray. Does this apron over a vest make me look fat, Shan? Where y'all headed? The biscuits is about ready.
That's a big one.
I gotta fix my fuzz button.